Wednesday morning, Nicole Karkic and Chris Murphy with you here. January is moving right along. However, we are seeing rain in many parts of the east,
yes,
which is a surprise for this time of year. We've got wind and power outages and some warnings to talk about too.
Yeah, we had thousands of power outages in southern Ontario with wind gusts up to 100 kilometers per hour. Now thousands of power outages being reported across Quebec, the Outaouais through Laurentians, eastern townships, just to name a few, as the storm system continues to move its way northeastwards.
That's right. So you can see the snow that's blue, the pink, that's some mixing, and then also the rain in green, which will spread across the Maritimes today. The wind warnings, just take note through the St. Lawrence here. We can see gusts between 80 to 100 kilometers an hour, so that's very strong. That's what could continue to bring down those power lines. And between Wawa and Sault Ste. Marie, that's a snow squall warning. Meanwhile, the pink is a winter storm warning. Things wrapping up today, but still some blowing and drifting snow off towards the east. Sault Ste. Marie seeing some snow with the reduced visibility because of the squalls, but we're also getting snow with this trough that spreads towards the Nickel Belt today, and then rain due to a boundary that comes into Windsor by the afternoon, Toronto later today, so think after the dinner hour there, and then it will move towards Quebec. So Montreal, sunny afternoon today, pretty great outside for a January day, and then we will see rain through tomorrow afternoon, and then it quickly spreads towards the Maritime provinces. And the Maritime provinces see rain for today. You get a break through the day tomorrow before the rain moves in through the evening, so everyone gets a break in between the rain. But it's rain. We're talking about rain this time of year, which is surprising because usually a lot of these cities, Fredericton to Montreal to Toronto, are seeing some of our coldest temperatures of the year during this stretch in January. But about 5 to 10 millimeters in Halifax. North of the St. Lawrence is where we're getting our heaviest snowfall totals through today, Chris.
No mistake about it, very cold air across the prairies. Temperatures in the minus 30s, wind chills in the minus 40s, close to minus 50, so bundling up is absolutely key. There is a thaw coming for the weekend, and there's a little bit of a snowstorm going to be happening today, especially central and northern areas of Saskatchewan. A little Saskatchewan screamer is going to come in. Snow, blowing snow, followed by plunging temperatures.
All right, Regina, Saskatchewan yesterday, minus 20. Warm water and soap creates this magical scene. I love this little globe, and that was that's on our website, theweathernetwork.com, if you want to watch it again, because I watched it about 10 times when I saw it the first time.
A lot of roofs looking like this in parts of the country. Getting up there and shoveling the roof can be very, very dangerous, though. And number one, what happens when you don't take care of the snow in your property?
Hi. So I'm going to share with you what happens when you neglect to shovel the snow on your deck during the winter in Rossville.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area. upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Bathway, the tub cutting people. Visit bathway.ca. Force of Nature is brought to you by Insurance Bureau of Canada, representing Canada's private home, auto, and business insurers.
We start here at home with the always intriguing thunder snow. In short, a thunderstorm when it's snowing rather than raining. You know it's snowy when you can board in the streets. Not something we'd recommend, but boarders in Oregon couldn't resist the fresh snow during the early hours of this morning. Snow in Oregon is part of the same system that's had the western U.S. shoveling and in some cases just waiting for it to stop. Mountain roads connecting Nevada and California had to shut down yesterday because of poor visibility and an increased avalanche risk. Not what's expected in a place that has year-round surf. I'll tell you just how cold later in the hour.
Water is the driving force of all nature. It is pure, raw power. Power we need to respect. It has the potential to change our lives. Because water can become more. We can turn water into clean energy and use it to power something truly special. You. As Ontario's public power company, OPG wants you to stay clear and stay safe.
The vote to upgrade the office coffee passed 1-0. All previous grooming policies are null and void. Year-end bonuses may be awarded in July. Office art is carefully curated. And all in favor of knocking off early to hit the pool say aye. Aye, indeed.
When you pay yourself, you make the rules. A retirement salary from Hello Life gives you predictable monthly income for life. Guaranteed. Talk to your advisor about Hello Life.
So what are your plans?
My grandmother has some property. It'd be really nice to keep it in the family.
The next Lotto 649 jackpot is $12 million, plus the guaranteed $1 million prize draw.
Establishing the family base camp on Daytona Beach is a time-honored ritual. Obsessive? Maybe. Scientific? Definitely. But absolutely authentic. On the original American beach.
What am I looking for? Something that's good on gas.
Yeah, and it's got to have space, though, for the kids. It's got to grip the road, no matter what.
Oh, yeah, all-wheel control for sure.
I need space.
Yeah, but not too much.
I have so much to lug around.
Oh, me too.
For me, it's got to look good. Yeah, but it's got to be safe.
Well, yeah, but where am I going to get all that?
Get to know the 2017 Mitsubishi RVR. Right now, get a no-charge all-wheel control system and no payments for up to 90 days. Mitsubishi, built better, back better.
We got an updated tornado warning.
There's one over there, and there's one over here. Wow!
438 strikes in the last 10 minutes.
What a light show last night.
The Weather Network. Your weather when it really matters.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Nicole Karkic. Lots to talk about on this Wednesday, but first up I want to show you this must-see video. We take you to Sudbury, Ontario. So we've seen some snow in the area, instability in the atmosphere, then caused this, lightning. Super cool when you get to see that because you don't see it every day in the winter, that's for sure. Next up, we're going to take you to areas just east of Toronto, Napanee, between Belleville and Kingston. You can see the snow blowing around yesterday. Belleville and Kingston still have a wind warning in play through the morning, so still some gusty winds there, as well as up and down the St. Lawrence. We are still seeing some snow around Quebec, Gaspé Peninsula, and a rain-snow mix to start off your day in parts of New Brunswick, but that will change over to rain in cities like Moncton. For the morning, you're sitting at 3. Halifax, you're sitting at 5, and for St. John's, -9 this morning. Meanwhile, Toronto's around the freezing mark. By the afternoon, Toronto's climbing up to 2. Windsor, you will start to see some showers by the afternoon again, and Toronto's going to see that rain, but it's going to take a couple of hours to get there, so closer to the evening. So Get out if you need to get things done that you couldn't yesterday in the rain. Montreal +1, rain clearing out for you today. And we are going to see a general 5 to 10 millimeters of rain through Nova Scotia today. Temperature-wise, we're mild in parts of Ontario and Quebec and the Maritimes through the end of the week. However, this brief warm-up comes to a screeching halt by the weekend. We're going to be seeing temperatures again close to seasonal, if not below in many cases. And the rain, well, that's the big story as we look to tonight. Southern Ontario through cottage country, that's snow or rain-snow mix. And then that rain goes all the way in towards Montreal as well as the Maritimes again. So can't believe we're talking about rain and it's January, but that is the reality, folks. And from Wednesday through Thursday, the Niagara region picking up the most rain with this event, and again starts tonight. So through tomorrow morning's commute, could be a little bit slow going again in cities like Toronto towards Kingston. General 15 to 30 millimeters of rain, less as we look up towards Huntsville, because you are going to see some mixing there. Towards the west, your big story is after a deep freeze to end off your week, you're going to get a Pacific push of warmer air. So mild temperatures for the weekend. What's Nathan Coleman working on in the east?
Well, quite the temperature roller coaster here in Halifax. Still lots of snow around town. People cleaning up from that big weekend dumping on the waterfront. They're even dumping the excess snow into the harbor. So that gives you an idea of just how much there is.
Rising temperatures across the east coast coming at a bit of a price. Snow changing to rain as the warm front drags in the milder air. 7 degrees today in Fredericton and Halifax, and a reinforcing shot of warm air again tomorrow means more rain, more melting snow from the weekend's vast quantities, and also very strong winds. So the accumulating snow far northern New Brunswick, Gaspé, and certainly on the north side of the St. Lawrence, southern and western areas of Newfoundland. I mentioned we have those strong winds too, and today periods of rain. By the way, if you spot snow, we want to see your pictures and videos with the hashtag snowing somewhere.
Thanks for that, Chris. All right, our question of the day, leaving your wipers up during the winter, is it a good idea or a bad idea, or I'm not sure? Head to @Weather Network and let us know. Well, coming up, we are going to look at the science behind frost on your windshield.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area. upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
I'm here in cold Sault Ste. Marie in the middle of winter to talk to you a little bit about frost on the windshield. I don't mean frost on the outside of the windshield, I mean frost on the inside. How do you get that? Well, there's two parts. The first part is this. Glass. It's a very conductive material, so in the wintertime, it's very cold. The second part is this. Warm, moist breath. That means there's a lot of moisture on the inside of the car. Put those two together and you get condensation. And in the middle of winter, that condensation can turn directly into ice. I was driving across Canada in the middle of winter, in the middle of the prairies, and I saw something very interesting. On the sunny side or the warm side of the car, we had absolutely no ice whatsoever. But on the other side where it was dark, a lot of ice on that inside of that windshield. And that was simply because warm and cold parts of the glass. And that's the science behind the weather, talking about frost on the inside of the windshield.
The school day forecast is brought to you by the Grade 4 and 5 Snow Pass. Kids ski and snowboard 3 times at each ski area with a Snow Pass.
Here is your school day forecast. Make sure your kids are properly dressed as they head out for class and after-school activities.
We need help down here.
Clock is ticking. The world is watching.
They messed with the wrong city.
Patriots Day in theaters Friday.
You have to let it go.
I can't. It's my lucky ball.
I'll tell you what. Let's sell it on Let Go.
I saw your post. I'll take it.
It's time to snap, post, chat, and sell. It's time to let go.
What is Hyundai up to now?
He's set low.
Must be the base model, or lower. It has everything. Heated steering wheel. Heated front seat. 5-year warranty.
There is always a catch.
The lease terms forever.
No! Just 36 months.
The competition just can't beat it. Get the Hyundai Advantage for yourself with the Elantra, winner of the AJAC Award for Best New Small Car.
My mom had threatened for years that if I didn't find a good girl and settle down, that she was gonna take out a billboard. So thank you, eHarmony, for helping me find my wife without a billboard.
Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today. Must be 18 or over.
Duke here never met a shoe he didn't find irresistible, but his growing body needs food formulated for growth and development. That's why at PetSmart, we have the Blue Buffalo Puppy Starter Kit. It's over $100 in value, and it's exclusively at PetSmart, your puppy place.
Wendy's Double Stack is here for a limited time. Over a quarter pound of fresh beef, fries, and a drink for just $4. A deal this good should not exist. Like bumblebees should not be able to fly because their wings are too small.
That's unbelievable.
An impossibly good deal.
So what are your plans?
My grandmother has some property. It'd be really nice to keep it in the family.
The next Lotto 649 jackpot is $12 million, plus the guaranteed $1 million prize draw.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ontario Power Generation. The ice near hydro dams and stations can be dangerously thin. Stay clear, stay safe this winter.
Thanks for joining us. Nicole Garkick and Rachel Schutzen with you here, taking a look at our top weather stories. We take you to this The last 24 hours, we had snow and rain over southern Ontario. It is shifting east, though, and right now it's over parts of Quebec and the Maritimes.
Exactly. So Quebec City still dealing with that mix this morning, rain moving into the Maritimes. But let's recap what we saw yesterday. First, we take you into Whitby, Ontario. And I have to say, the stretch of the 401 east of the GTA, it was terrible as you were traveling westbound towards Toronto. And even if you were on the other side, traveling east to Toronto, the delays were out of Woodstock, right through Milton and Mississauga. You can see the snow coming down here, and that's pretty much what the scene looked like all day long. Milton, 8 centimeters of snow, and then we switched over and we saw some of that rain.
We did. We saw freezing rain in Windsor, about 4 hours of it. Toronto, 4 centimeters of snow. Doesn't sound too bad, but it was followed by hours of rain after that. And this afternoon, we've got some peaks of sunshine. This will be a nice break. Toronto getting up to 2. Kingston, sunny. Ottawa, sunny too. But towards Timmins, Sault Ste. Marie and Sudbury, we do have a trough that will bring about 2 to 5 centimeters there.
Exactly. So as we take a look here at the 401 through London, a much better scene this morning. You can still see the snow off to the side, and we have had reports of some very icy conditions. School bus cancellations up through central and northern Ontario because of this ice. And Natish, also the Halton region reporting some downed trees, Toronto some downed power lines. So the winds yesterday, they certainly created a bit of a mess for this morning.
Yeah, the winds, and again, even the temperatures warming up in the evening and having all that snow melt and then that precip. Yeah, we are still feeling the remnants of this storm. In fact, a lot of people are losing their footing here. I'm at Nathan Phillips Square in downtown Toronto. I just want to show you the scenes here. A lot of black ice in and around the area. And in fact, I've noticed a lot of people have lost their footing. A few people have even fallen down. So, you know, be careful if you are heading out and about on the roads or on the sidewalks, rather. Watch your footing. And again, not all the areas are salted. So, you know, today, if you're figuring out what to wear, boots with grips is what I would go with. That's it for now. I'll send it back inside.
All right, thanks for that update. And you're going to need the shovels still through parts of the St. Lawrence north of Quebec City. We still have some winter storm warnings in place. And that yellow color or mustard color are the wind warnings still in play through the St. Lawrence, where gusts could be between 80 to 100 kilometers an hour today. And Montreal, rain's clearing out by the afternoon. Quebec City could see a rain snow mix, however.
And this system, it just keeps moving further to the east into the Maritimes, 10 to 20 millimeters in some of the hardest hit areas along the Fundy shores. We could see this. And then further to the north, this is going to be a snow story. So along the Gaspé, you're cold enough to sustain this snow.
Absolutely. And we're looking at about 5 to 10 centimeters there. And for Montreal, that sunshine and +1 is going to be a nice change. That snow line is really north towards Quebec City and north St. Lawrence. Coming up, we are going to take a look at around the
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area. upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Cuba Tourism Board. Autentica Cuba. So much to explore.
Tricky driving in southern Ontario on Tuesday? Yes, but in this case, Toronto police say it was more about an off-road adventure gone wrong. The driver didn't realize he was on the not-so-frozen Lake Ontario. Tricky driving was a reality during the morning commute. Snow totals were far from impressive, but there was just enough to coat roads in slush. The Great Lakes region is now in a mild spell. We'll tell you about that later in the hour. To California, where rain is a good news, bad news story. This clearly shows the bad. In the long term, it's expected to ease drought in part of the state. The rainy season in Thailand is stretching well into the dry season with catastrophic results. Flooding is now blamed for at least 30 deaths. Stay with us. You're watching the Weather Network.
It's dangerous, it's contagious. It's meningococcal disease caused by the B strain, the most common cause of meningococcal disease in Canada. One form of the disease is meningitis, a rare but serious disease from which not everyone fully recovers. In some cases, it can lead to brain damage, limb loss, even death. With the addition of Bexsero, the most common strains of meningococcal disease in Canada are preventable. Talk to your doctor about how to protect your children with Bexsero, the first and only vaccine for meningococcal meningitis caused by the B strain. Bexsero.
50 years and still undisputed. That takes determination. Which is why we're always working harder to build you a better F-Series truck. Introducing the all-new 2017 Super Duty. It's tougher and more capable than ever before. Part of a smarter F-Series lineup that lets you do more as you push forward. F-Series, Canada's best-selling line of trucks for over 50 years.
Fact: 97% of women have an I hate my body moment every day. That's almost all of us, looking in the mirror, wanting to change something. We believe 100% of women can change something more important than the size of our butt. We can change our perspective. This year, let's doubt less and do more. Let's focus on stuff we can actually change instead of stuff we can't. Let's put good things in our bodies. This year, let's look in the mirror and proudly own it all.
Today, we're going to share how this orange becomes Tropicana 100% juice. For juicing purposes,
it's never been easier to share your photos and videos. Visit theweathernetwork.com to upload your local weather and nature favorites and explore those created by weather fans from across Canada. Get connected, get creative, get sharing.
Weather Watch forecasting powered by PetSmart.
Your Weather Watch continues. I'm Emily Vukovic, and here are today's developing stories. We've been talking about the winds and the potential that they had to bring power outages through parts of Ontario. Multiple warnings remain in place, and we'll talk about the next event, which is going to be mainly rain. Here's a look at how gusty it was yesterday through Abbotsford, British Columbia. We've seen so much active weather throughout Western Canada and Eastern Canada these last few days. Some of the peak wind gusts from yesterday, in through Victoria, we saw winds almost up to 80 kilometers an hour. Very intense, and that risk is going to continue. We do have wind warnings in place through some areas, gusts up to about 80 kilometers an hour. But as we get into the end of the week, by Thursday into Friday, we are going to be seeing those winds ease. The Arctic outflow will also ease. Still going to be cold, but not as cold. Now, looking at the forecast temperature for this afternoon, all of that purple, that's that Arctic air filtering south. Now, this morning, temperatures in Regina actually felt like the high -40s. Frigid air moving in through parts of Saskatchewan and in through parts of Manitoba, and that is why we have that extreme cold warning in place. All right, let's check in with Chris Murphy and his today's top videos.
All right, well, in number 3 selection, we're going to go to Regina, Saskatchewan, where it has been absolutely frigid today, no exception. So we're trying to pass the time to combat the winter's chill. Take some warm water, a bit of soap, blow it out of a straw, and then let Mother Nature take its course. It freezes over. This is pretty cool. Jeff Schultz, very creative. Number 2, snow removal on a roof. This has been a story developing across the country. Been seeing it in Ontario, parts of Quebec, Winnipeg as well. This can be very dangerous. If you're going to get a professional to do it, which I would recommend, get multiple quotes. Been hearing scammers are about. We don't want you to nail that. And then number 1, check out this gentleman from Muskoka.
Hi. So I'm going to share with you what happens when you neglect to shovel the snow on your deck during the winter in Rossville.
Yes. What happens when you don't shovel the deck? You can't get out of your home. Those are your top 3 videos of the day.
Oh, it's not funny, but it kind of is, right? Okay, thanks, Chris. There you have it. Shuffle your deck. Okay, we have been seeing some decent snowfall totals through parts of Ontario. To the south yesterday, Toronto, I think that number's wrong. We saw more snow than that recorded at Pearson. London, 11 centimeters. Milton picked up about 8. Up through Muskoka, 16 centimeters. And the winds were so intense. Toronto, yes, we know you got more than 4 centimeters of snow, but these winds, yeah, we're pretty sure those are correct. 102 kilometers an hour were the peak wind gusts. Now, throughout the day today, we are still going to see some gusty conditions, but for the most part, they will ease. Temperatures, they look like this throughout eastern Canada, mild through the lower Great Lakes. Look at Windsor getting up to 6 degrees. Active weather on the way through Atlantic Canada. We have got rain coming in, and we're going to be seeing some snow as well. Coming up, clearing off sidewalks. Legally, is it a must? And health-wise, how can you avoid injury? Lucky for you, we've got that answer. It's coming up in 3 minutes.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been been brought to you by Eve's Veggie Cuisine. Find it in the produce section of your supermarket today.
Now, a countdown of the 5 Canadian cities with the longest winters. Number 5, Manitoba, Winnipeg. 5th longest winter in Canada, 132 days long. Number 4, Southern Quebec, Sherbrooke, where you experience approximately 4.5 months of winter every year. Number 3, the Nickel Belt. Sudbury's 330 lakes are typically covered by ice and snow for 141 days a year. Number 2, Quebec City receives over 400 centimeters of snow per year, and its winter about 5 months long at 149 days. And the longest winter in Canada, in the Lac-Saint-Jean region of Quebec, or the Saguenay region, gets winter weather typically for 160 days of the year. You'll see more top 5 videos at our website, theweathernetwork.com.
The School Day Forecast is brought to you by Shoppers Drug Mart. We can help you find relief this cough and cold season.
Here is your school day forecast. Make sure your kids are properly dressed as they head out for class and after-school activities.
We're the Smiths. We all took Dukerol 2 weeks before we left.
We're the Joneses. We didn't know about Dukerol. We spent our vacation in the bathroom.
Help protect yourself from diarrhea caused by enterotoxigenic E. coli by taking...
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Are you on Match?
No.
Do you know anybody who's met anybody on Match?
Yeah, my sister.
Yeah?
She met her husband.
On Match?
On Match. They
Trust.
had a baby.
Wow! And she's living happily ever after, and you've never really considered trying Match?
Sounds kind of silly now, but...
No, you said it, not me.
Match, #1 in dates, relationships, and marriages. Start for free today. 18+.
Hockey gives me courage. It lets me be part of a team.
Le hockey m'a donné 23 heures.
Hockey's the only thing I like better than video games.
Maria, shot! Keep that goal!
It lets me show the boys I'm just as good.
Hockey taught me resilience. I've met some of the best people in my life playing hockey.
Hockey's just fun.
Do you know how to help protect your home from winter's wrath? Learn more at ibc.ca. Weather Watch forecasting powered by Fisherman's Friend. Today's weather calls for a 100% chance of suck it up. Fisherman's Friend, the cough, cold, and complaining remedy.
A beautiful sunset to kick off your weather watch. This is in through Chilliwack, BC. You can see beautiful scenery, but you can hear the wind. Incredibly gusty conditions. Now, we do have the lack of active weather to the west. Still could see some rain along the coast in some areas. We are going to be seeing this pattern move in. I mean, today, not a bad day. We are going to be seeing those gusty winds continue to ease throughout the day today. And this Arctic outflow, it's still in place for now. So we're still going to feel more like -15 to -25. But for the most part, we will start to see those temperatures rebound just slightly because all of this Arctic air, it's going to be filtering east. We are going to be seeing very chilly conditions after a very brief warm up. We've got another system moving in through parts of Ontario starting tonight. We've got rain for the most part through the lower Great Lakes, and we could see some snow, a little bit of ice through parts of Quebec. The January thaw, everybody likes to hear about that, right? Mild Pacific air, that's going to be migrating east behind this Arctic air. And now it's time for you to show off. Let's take a look at Share Your Weather. Wow. Okay, this is how you clear off a roof in Foots Bay, Ontario. You just get right up there with your shovel. Why not? Yeah, I mean, safety first. That would scare me to do that. And through Halifax, a beautiful shot. Just a little bit of sunshine. Yeah. And again, we're cleaning off a roof at the Scotiabank Centre because that's just what you got to do. And I love this next shot. Crazy, but I like it. Whitehorse. In the Yukon. Yeah, I think they're probably in a hot tub. I'm hoping they're in a hot tub because, yeah, I don't think I'd be outside in a bathing suit, that's for sure. So cold. So cold. Okay, now in Oakville, people are smart, or are they? People put up their windshield wipers to protect against the winter storm. Do you leave your wipers up during a winter storm? That is our question of the day. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Or are you not sure? Well, we do have a good article on our website talking about this. Some people are actually putting socks on their windshield wipers to protect them from the ice. So we would love to hear from you. Just send us your vote via Twitter at Weather Network and let us know if you've ever done it. Okay, coming up. Thunder snow. Yeah, it exists. What people in Sudbury saw. We'll have all those details coming up in Force of Nature Extended.